let me just set the stage for you. Starting the episode off. This weekend was the Maximus Cup. No, it was the Wyatt Cup. Level of competition I've never seen before in my Tetris life. Getting knocked out 80th place, 60th place. Oh, pretty good game. 35th place. I took my signature line of performance-enhancing legal supplements. Pre-workout, cup of coffee, multivitamin, 19 fish oil pills, high-intensity interval training workout, CrossFit, post-workout, another cup of coffee, brain-exploding nootropic stack, ASAP Science video, came back, played some Tetris 99 last night. Look at this. Look at. Don't even worry about the fact that we're number one and it's playing the victory music. T-spins, 0. Because I don't T-spin unless there's a point. Mini T-spins, that's 1. T-spin singles, that's 1. T-spin doubles, that's 1. T-spin total, 3. I don't want to teach the Tetris company about set theory. How is it possible I have 3 total T-spins and 0 T-spins? Anyway, let's ignore that. That's right. Well, let's go back to the main menu temporarily. I won a match in the Maximus Cup. It's probably the single greatest achievement of my adult life. Can I put a plus on this? So it ended last night. I don't know, I guess I didn't win the $10 gift certificate just for having a single victory, which is perfectly fair. Look at that, we got 6 wins. We average a win about every, I don't know, about every 5.5, 6.5 hours or so. You know, don't feel bad that you haven't seen more of them, I guess, on the channel, because that's, I mean, we probably put up about 6 hours of gameplay so far. So I have, I've learned to T-spin. The mental overhead required for me to complete a T-spin is now about 1/8 of what it used to be, but I still struggle with doing it, especially as the game goes faster. But when the game's slow, I can set up a T-spin double, combo it up, and really amp up those KOs. And I really think they reconfigured the Rorschach algorithm. I'm very rarely getting targeted by, 8+ people at the start of a game. So I had to come up with a new innovation, basically. Look at it, it's just one person. So yeah, I still, for anybody who's not familiar, a T-spin, sorry, warm-up game. For anybody that's not familiar, a T-spin is a maneuver in Tetris that sends a little bit more garbage. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the commentari that T-spinning was essential for victory. It's not essential for victory, and we proved that on a number of occasions. But if you want to win consistently, it's a big part of the equation. For certain, I'm sure. It doesn't send 10 times more garbage. A T-spin single sends 2 lines of garbage with no added multiplier. A T-spin double sends 4 lines of garbage. For my money, it's a little bit harder, okay, to send a T-spin double, you know what, than it is to fabricate a Tetris and just send that instead. We really should have gone on attackers there. We probably could have gotten some sweet sauce, but you know what? There you go. As soon as you see the red lines, you know you're getting targeted. As soon as you know you're getting targeted, that's your cue. You start targeting the enemies. You bite the fry bites back, my man. I'm a little bit surprised so far to see us at 0 KOs after what felt like, yeah, do not do that. Just do this. This is another move I've been trying out. And I don't want to build on top of the garbage hole, but sometimes building on top of the garbage hole is not just a necessity, it's an inevitability. What are you talking about? Don't worry about it yet. Sometimes you got no choice. That's all I'm trying to throw out there. Again, this is a pretty bad move. I think you toss him one of these, and then you gotta do something along those lines. And even though we got another piece coming up, I got the utmost faith we're able to send him something like that. All of a sudden, look at this. We finally got it working out in our favor. We had a lot of attackers. Now said attackers, if I were them, I wouldn't be feeling too good. What is this terrible sound in the background? Do you hear that? Glunk, glunk, glunk. You know what? Send them there. I'm willing to do this. Gives us one of these perfectly set up, in my opinion. Don't really like dropping the double on them. The Michael double. But if you gotta do it, you gotta do it. And this has not been a landmark performance in terms of our actual result, but in terms of our, like, you know, the skill in which we're playing. Put me on KOs now. I feel like we're in an okay spot. You know what you have not seen so far is a T-spin, and that's because I made a misplay extremely early on that essentially precluded me from doing that. So, you probably won't see any over the course of this video. Or over the course of this match. That's because, if I don't get a T-spin within the first, I don't know, let's call it, 3 minutes of a Tetris 99 match, you're probably not going to see one, for a little while. Hate to build on the garbage hole, but, rules are made to be broken. Sometimes. I can't tell you, by the way, how excited I was. You know what? Let's, we don't like this very much. Shouldn't have done it, probably. But, I was extremely excited to have won a match in the Wyatt Cup. Obviously, I don't care at all about the sharper image gift certificate. It doesn't interest me in the very least. However, to, you know, in peak Wyatt environment, to be able to step up and go, you know what, Wyatt? I'm here to play too. Congratulations, I hope you enjoy your gift certificates. But simultaneously, your boy, who was previously a Tetris nobody, he's here to play. I don't know if I'm here to stay, but I'm here to play. Now, send them. Send them. This could be big. That was the old send and store. We're actually almost top 10 already. It's kind of surprising to me. I think we gotta do something like that. Just anytime I say we gotta do something like that, I'm opening myself up to the most obvious criticism of all time. You never have to do anything. I mean, we don't even have to fast drop. We could just start dropping the blocks, you know, however we see fit here, as slowly as possible. But you know what I mean. When I say there's nothing we could do, dude, I don't mean there's nothing we could do, dude. All I mean is, I'm okay with this. Okay, you know what? There's a lot of attackers, considering we're up, you know, in the top 10 here, almost. And you're gonna step to me with 3 attackers in the top 10? Are you insane? Wrong drop. Not by much. But you gotta admit, that was the wrong drop. Something like that. That's a big one, dude. That's another big one, and I am being erased. Don't erase me! Let me place it. Don't erase me! Alright. That was tough. I mean, look at how quickly the top 10 happened there. It literally was just like, there were 10 people, and then there were 3. It's all good, and we see there's 2 badge lords fighting it out right now. 2 people with quite a lot of support. That could be a long one. Anyway, that was a pretty good, like, first game there. You know, there is a world, I think, in which things could have gone differently there. We don't make the mistake in our first 30 seconds. As a result of that, we end up being able to set up for some more, you know, high offensive plays. Oh, thank you, Ocean Shape, for the subscription. If we get a little bit more offensive octane action in the early game, we get more KOs, maybe we can actually clear the garbage fast enough to not get killed there. But I'm not going to be disappointed about a 7 or 8 kill 5th place finish right off the bat. This doesn't bother me at all. 1 attacker, not a big deal. Alright, so yeah, I owe it to the audience, and I owe it, dare I even say, to myself. That was a very poor performance there. To try to set up for what is known as a Theodore spin. Now, I don't have the know-how or the elbow grease. There's like one specific, oh my god, layout I know how to do it with right off the bat. If I don't get that, you know, it takes me a bit, okay? So you gotta look for setups that can give you the prototypical T shape, which is why I'm going a little slower here. And that's, you know, it is what it is. You're going to see a little bit of a slower play when you go for the T-spin setup for me personally. It's just a necessary, it's part of the business, you know? Okay, there's a T-spin setup right there. Now, the second step. You got to get something like, yeah, like that. That'll do, dude. Okay, next step. Okay, we got... Go straight on to attackers. We need a purple piece, please. We need this purple piece a lot faster. So I have had to bail out of my learning lesson. Congratulations, attackers. You've compromised the whole human race here. We could have gained knowledge together. Instead, you decide, oh, easy kill. And dude, this is all the more offensive, honestly, because the Wyatt Cup is over. So, like, I'm here trying to teach a lesson, and you're coming out forcing me to KO you. Honestly, that's what you've done here. I had a perfect T-spin setup, and then you go, oh, he's weak! It's my chance to take out the Grand Master. How do you feel about that right now? As you get thousands upon thousands of lines of garbage sent your way. Damn, that's what I thought. It's exactly how I thought you'd feel about it, is KO. KO. Look at that. Okay, congratulations. All right, you're all very intelligent. Here we are. Grandmaster level Tetris 99 place. Thanks for the garbage multiplier. I really appreciate it. Jinx. Okay. You know what? I don't dislike it. Oh, dude, another KO. Thanks, but I already had one. What do you get for the man who has everything? You can't get him more KOs. Let that be a lesson to you, okay? You step to me in my place of work as I try to do a Theodore spin. Just stop. You want to lose that badly? You're talking to one of the best Tetris 99 players of all time when it comes to finishing in 5th place. You really want to invite that evil into your life? I wouldn't, but what do I know? Look at that. Yeah, I watched it. You never get time to watch anything in Tetris 99. I took time out of my busy schedule here to watch that man get erased. You attack me during my setup, you invite that level of schadenfreude. There's a little swagger. I haven't felt a swagger in the Tetris 99 video for quite some time. And you know what? You know why it is? Because the freaking Wyatt Cup is over. All of a sudden, we're back. All the nuclear physicists who play Tetris have finally gone back to NASA. And I can look substantially better at the game than I actually am. As a result of the fact that it's just normal, everyday Tetris aficionados playing again. It's your Sallys, your Susan, your number one grandpa, etc., etc. Those are my people. That's where I want to be. Okay, I'm so sorry. It didn't have to be like this, just kidding. I never had a choice. Now, are we going to win this one? You never bet on a win. It's reckless. It's a good way to endanger your sanity. The only time I know if I've got a good chance of a win, and this is sincere, is when it's final 2 and I look at the other person's grid. If I look at their grid and they're in trouble, I know I'm probably okay. You know what? You gotta do something better there. If I look at their grid and they got some good stuff going on, I know that's going to be a hard one for me to recover from. That's the only time I know. And even then, I'm oftentimes wrong, to be honest. See, there's a little bit of rare deference. Not to be confused with the Vaz deference. It won't quite work the way I want it to work yet. I mean, it's a little bit of a spooky situation. But we're getting ourselves out of the spooky situation just in time, thankfully, to be able to hopefully fight back a little bit here. This is a big one. This is a huge one. We're dead. It's another pretty good performance, though. I mean, with 14 kills, 15 minutes into the video. It was a good one. Got a little bit, we built too high. You know, it took us too long to clear that garbage hole at the top. Rye guy. Dude, this makes me want to create a new Nintendo Switch profile that's just like Tetris Terminator or something like that. I'm tired of KOing people, and they're like, who did I get KO'd by? Ryan. Nah, the Terminator of Tetris. You got sent by L-Block Daddy. Okay. Now that game, again, I was trying... Hey, everybody, welcome to the tutorialization of how to do T-spins badly. I'm your host, Northernlion. And then, all of a sudden, I was beset on all sides by opportunists. And I sent, to the best of my knowledge, absolutely every single one of them. I'm trying to think about... Really? You really gotta do it like that? Okay, this is a T-spin opportunity here. Store that, and then this is where things get dicey for me, is you gotta figure out where the heck you're gonna send blocks in order to not compromise your T-spin. So we got a T-spin double set up already. So you just go like that, a whip, and then send them. You'd like to be able to build into a little bit more of a combo there for sure. I mean, that's not gonna knock anybody out, but I did want to prove to you that I know how it's done. Send them again. You know what? I mean, we can look at that right there, and we can see that there's another T-spin opportunity. Now, it's not the fastest gun in the West when it comes to T-spinning, but you know what it is a substantial improvement over my T-spin ability in recent memory. So I'm trying to, like, let's finesse this, you know? Send me a bunch of attackers. I want them. Thank you. We only have one attack. Okay, put me on KOs then. And we'll send them. And then following the send, you hit them with a little bit of that. So now you got a little combo going there. It's not going to be practical in any, or perhaps, or did I say any? I meant every. And then I was going to say any. But it's not always going to be the #1 tool in the toolbox, but whenever you get a chance to send some garbage with a multiplier, is probably the ideal choice. Rest assured, I've seen the good players. Okay, they counted that one. I appreciate it. I know the good players T-spin like crazy. The good players also exist in a different world, you know? I'm not going to say they're not human beings, because it borders on sounding insulting, but when it comes to Tetris, they're substantially above average players. And if you can't see that, then you are truly lost. This is a real issue, dude. This is a real freaking issue. I have screwed us for no reason whatsoever. And if we can fight back from this, we're probably the greatest Tetris player in the history of planet Earth. Like, what I have done is extremely bad. As you can tell from the fact that we just put a square block down that literally hit nothing. Oh, look at the targets, dude. Wyatt modules online. Okay, so that's the danger of a T-spin, you know? Is for me, I end up building these, like, super weird structures that, the only reason they existed like that is because I wanted to protect the sanctity of a T-spin. The next step is, I mean, T-spinning faster for sure, but also integrating them into our normal build pattern so that we don't screw ourselves by building, you know, Minas Tirith. It's called fantasy literature. Look it up, sweetheart. Anyway, in terms of number of KOs, we gotta be up there as far as this video goes. I mean, I know we had 2 games with 31 KOs total in that episode 6 landmark performance, but can't always get 36 KOs. I mean, that's a little... It's unlikely, at least. Yeah, that's not what you want. This is what you want. Okay, so this... I don't know if that's... the Jedi would not tell you the power of how to start like that. I'm just keeping it low for now. And it's probably a little ill-advised, but I've got to manually check the T-spin register right now. That's the... I don't know if I'd call it a problem so much as a natural part of the evolutionary process. Anytime I have T-spin potential, I gotta look at it, basically. Yeah, I'm just looking a few moves ahead here. Figure out where I want things to go. So we're probably getting out of T-spin territory. I think I can afford to build slightly higher, but I'm going to send one just to give us the space necessary. Send another one. Really, I don't understand the point of sending to randoms unless you're trying to, if you're trying to hide. And that's not a useless piece of trivia, you know. Trying to hide in Tetris 99 is actually pretty important sometimes, I think, because manual targeting is difficult. So we'll go on attackers real quick because I'm trying to be, well, someone's trying to send me, basically. And if anyone's ever trying to send you, you have an obligation to do one of two things. You can either get out of the way and let them win, or you can send them back. And I'm in the business of sending back. We actually could start to look at T-spin potentiality here. So it's something like, you know what, if we just set it up like this, all of a sudden, we have a potential T-spin setup right there. And then we just go like whip. And then it doesn't clear any lines because that's not the way you're supposed to do it, is the thing. And that's, I really wanted to make sure that was being demonstrated to you so that you learn. You learn about the difficulty of a Theodore spin. You see, it's not just something you can throw into your wheelhouse willy-nilly. You know, it requires practice, and dare I even say beyond that, it demands respect. Yeah, you never stack those, is the thing. So there's a T-spin opportunity there. I don't really want to do that. I'd much rather send you a long piece. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Okay, where's our long piece? It's coming. Okay, this is where you go attackers. You start to send them. And you send them. And then you realize you've constructed your tower yet again in such a way that begets the difficulty of a true send, and you realize the folly of your ways. And you fight back with every muscle you got in your body. Oh, and then you misclick. That's another part of it. Occasionally, you're gonna have to misclick. But then the misclick, joke's on you. It was just a bait. That was a baited misclick to trick you. And now that you've been tricked, step one is tricks, step two is send. Yikes, dude. Send. Oh, that's you gotta send them. You gotta send them again. Don't send me. I deserve to be sent on that one. Okay, we got one more in us. That was, you know, not an ideal performance. But I'm telling you, dude, if that T-spin hit, that was a T-spin Google-riss. Tetris is 4 lines. A Google-riss is 400 lines. Easy. It wouldn't even be a challenge to win at that point. We'd probably have 90 badges. I'm imagining that's 1,000% damage multiplier. So anytime we sent one line of garbage, you'd get 1,000,000. And there's only like 30 lines you can even get here. So I don't know, how big is the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It seems like it's like 20 lines tall. It's like one of the things they should teach you right off the bat. But, you know, you think Sidney Crosby knows the length of a regulation NHL stadium? / rink? Probably. Now that I think about it, it seems like it would probably come up in conversation. You know, it's the rare compromise meta early on. So we can get something like that. I wasn't happy with the spin potentiality of what I got going on here. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So just keep it up for now. It's not bad, not good. We're not setting up for any spins. We're just looking at being able to send enemies the way they want to be sent. Okay. I've learned to be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to accepting garbage. Previously, you send me one line of garbage, I go, ah, garbage, huh? I don't like that, and I send it back to you immediately. No longer do we approach the game through that antiquated lens. Although that time I did send it back immediately. I've come to realize that it can be very advantageous to receive a bunch of garbage. Just gives you more power to send it back at a later date. So like this time, I'm looking at this and I'm going, this ain't so bad, dude. Go ahead and send me your garbage. And then, as a result of your garbage, we got a double Tetris we just sent back at you. And I'm looking at my attacker. My attacker weathered the storm, so I say, you know what, attacker? This isn't your time. This isn't how you go. Now we go to KOs. Because I want to get some easy KOs. I don't want to get distracted by the fact that, you know, we got a pretty good player coming up behind us. I'd much rather just make sure we're keeping things steady from a game-related context. I think it's the wisest move we could ever make. Perhaps the wisest move, dare I say, that's ever been made. And all of a sudden, we're back at 0, and we'll send that line there. It looks like KOs could start flowing here pretty soon. Now we build. Are there Teddy spin opportunities? Not that I see right now, but that doesn't mean... Okay, you know what? I just made one. Look at that. That's a new one for yours truly. So let's start here, and we'll give... Oh, no, that's not going to work. That's fine. We'll wait for the next one. Why will that not work? Because we need to be able to fill in that side first. And we got a kill there. I don't want to say we don't deserve it, but we didn't really deserve it. So you got to store this. Then you got to find something to do with this, which is no good. Then you send this one down here. You probably wait for a blue. It doesn't matter. You don't need the blue. So here's what you do. You go KOs. Send them the T-spin double. Store that. And now you start to give them the old store and send. You know the deal. Probably could have done a little bit more combo work there. But hey, Rome wasn't built in a day, brother. It's a long trip, okay? Implementing these T-spins, it hasn't been the easiest task in the world, if I'm being 100% straight up with you. I'm trying, okay? But and I know that was an opportunity right there, but it's been a little bit of work. Send them. We should just be playing faster as well, but again, it's the duopoly, the twin specters of play fast but also play optimally that leads to danger sometimes, but hopefully not despair. Okay, you have been asking for trouble, and this is your opportunity to receive some trouble in return, if I do say so myself. That was a wonderful experience for me, and then, wow, you really... Oh, I screwed it up so bad. Okay, here we go. What happened? Don't talk to me. That's what happened. I got a little over-eager. Hit the button a little too fast. Happens to the best of us. This is where you gotta compensate for your badness with a little bit of, you know, extra credit. Somehow, we've managed to work ourselves out of that. We definitely did not deserve to. I like it. I like it. Now I'm focusing on getting the garbage cleared a little bit faster. And the reason for that is because I'm a little nervous about the speed of play here. I mean, it's getting fast is the easiest way to describe it. Going back to KOs. I bear no ill will. I've transcended anger in Tetris. Bravado? Nah. Still a deadly sin. But anger has been transcended. That's huge. I no longer bear grudges against those who only have wronged me as a result of the systems of the machine in which we operate. Radio silence. This one's got a shot. Okay, immediately that shot has been squandered. And nobody to blame but myself. but also nobody to rely on but myself. That's a huge surprise to me. That's an even larger surprise to me. What's happening? Yikes, dude. Huge. Radio silence. It's a long one, boys. Oh, there was some real high level. Well, I mean, not from me, but there was some tough play going on there. I went radio silent because I believed in that run. I believed there was a chance. But look at these guys. I want to see who wins. That's a good one where I feel like we had a decent game. Definitely cost ourselves quite a lot of power with a couple of missed drops, but recovered relatively well. And you know, we'll just endeavor to play a little smarter, a little slower. Actually, as weird as it sounds, in the future, because the overeager drops cost us majorly there. But still, big games. I think this was a good video, all things considered. Hey, for now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. I'm having a fun time playing Tetris. I hope you're having a fun time watching it. Thanks for all your support, and I'll see you next time. See ya!